Windows is holding a slice of your processor back from your game right now, and you have been paying for it in frames since the day you installed it. You did not agree to that, and it is not even the only number in there that half the internet is telling you to set the wrong way. So today we take that slice back, and then 5 more changes that hand your frames back. First, open Registry Editor from the search bar, then head down through Software, Microsoft, Windows NT, CurrentVersion, Multimedia, and into SystemProfile, and it says Windows NT, not the plain Windows folder sitting right above it. There is a value in there called System Responsiveness, and that is Windows reserving a slice of your processor for background jobs that are not your game. Double-click it, set the base to decimal, and type 10. 20 is what it ships on, so you are cutting that reserve clean in half. The guides say 0, but Microsoft documents anything under 10 as clamped straight back to 20, the default. So typing 0 hands you the exact number you were trying to change. 10 is the smallest slice Windows will actually accept, and it is the number that survives. And if that value is not sitting there at all, that is normal. Right-click, New, D-word, name it System Responsiveness, and set your 10. Next, type System Configuration into the search bar and open it, the old Windows Startup Settings window. Then click the Boot tab, then click Advanced Options. There is a checkbox called Number of Processors, and if it has a tick in it, take that tick out right now. Do not restart yet. Finish the video first. This is the big one, and it is the reason some of you are down cores. Task Manager hands you back the full processor count after that reboot, and leaving it ticked on its highest number is not the safe middle either. It looks correct, and it still pins the count at boot. Your antivirus is next, and this one goes straight at the frame drops a game hands you while it builds its shaders. Open Windows Security, go to Virus and Threat Protection, click Manage Settings, scroll down to Exclusions, click Add or Remove Exclusions, then add an exclusion, then pick Folder. Add 2 of them, the folder your games live in and the folder your games build their shaders into. This is the step with a cost you feel every session. Nothing inside those 2 folders gets scanned in real time anymore. 2 folders, never the whole drive, and never switch the protection off. Pick Folder, not Process, because Process is a wider hole for a smaller win. What you took away is contention. The scanner was touching those files at the exact moment your shaders were being written to them. Both paths now read back in that exclusions list. Click Add an exclusion once more and check the list shows 2 folders, not 1. If either one reads as a file or a process instead of a folder, take it out and add it again as a folder. That is 3 down, and the next one is the other half of those frame drops, the place your shaders get kept. Shaders are the little programs your graphics card builds the first time a game needs them, and building them is what most of those opening frame drops really are. The driver keeps them in a cache, so the game never has to build them twice. Right-click your desktop, open NVIDIA Control Panel, click Manage 3D Settings, stay on Global Settings, and find Shader Cache Size. Set it to 10 gigabytes and hit Apply. Too small a ceiling means the driver throws away shaders you are still using, and then you get the exact frame drops the cache exists to stop. Do not go picking a ceiling bigger than the free space on your drive, and do not set it to disabled while you are hunting for the biggest number in the list. The dropdown now reads 10 gigabytes, and if you are sick of lists that cap your machine and call it a tune-up, subscribe, because I read the vendor's own paperwork before I hand you a single switch. A fresh set lands every few days. Bell on so you catch them early, and the vendor's own app still ships the second half of this fix switched off on every machine right now. One thing the vendor says itself, so it does not scare you later. Installing a new driver wipes that cache, so the first run after an update still drops frames anyway, and every single time, half the internet decides the new driver is cooked. Cyberpunk launch on a loop forever, with the copium threads writing themselves. Now open the NVIDIA app, go to the Graphics tab, Global Settings, then Shader Cache, and you will see a toggle called Auto Shader Compilation. Turn it on. Then set System Utilization to Medium. The manual run sits behind the 3-dot menu on that same screen if you want it to start now. The toggle reads on, and the size and utilization controls underneath it go live the moment it does. Here is exactly what it buys you. It rebuilds shaders you already have after a driver update while your machine is sitting idle. It does not remove first-run compiling, and the vendor says that itself. Turn it on, let it work on the update problem, and do not switch it back off the first time a brand new game still drops frames on run 1. Next one, and this is a vendor telling you to switch off its own feature. Open Discord settings, type Overlay into the search box, and open Game Overlay. Under Per Game Override, find the game that keeps misbehaving and switch that one game off. That list only shows games Discord has already seen, so launch the game once if it is not in there yet, not the master switch above it. Kill it globally, and you lose chat and voice in everything you play, and you never needed to. Discord's own support page says it outright, that if a game shows lag or crashes with the overlay on, turn it off for that game. It draws itself into the frames your game is rendering, so a chat window has been griefing your game this whole time. The per game toggle now reads off, and the overlay stops opening in that game. And that is 6. One more to try if that game is still trash, the always-on clip capture sitting in the same app. That one comes from the threads and not from the vendor, and you can flip it straight back. There is a guy on a forum who ticked it, opened Task Manager, watched his processor count go down, and said in the same breath that the machine felt snappier. That is the tweak in one post. And in another thread, 4 people people could not boot afterwards. One of them stuck on a blue screen even in safe mode, and that thread ends on reinstall Windows. Last one, and it is the only thing today that is not a setting. Open Terminal as administrator by right-clicking the Start button, then run the query for a port access driver. That window is where you type commands. That is a piece of software talking straight to your hardware, and some app installed it without ever telling you. It sits on a public list of drivers attackers abuse, and one project that used to ship it now tells you to delete the leftovers. If a line comes back reading automatic, that thing loads every single time you boot. Before you delete anything, two softer ways out. Stop the service and leave it sitting there, or uninstall the update that started this. Going all the way is 3 lines. The stop command, the delete command, and then the driver file itself. If it says the service was not running, that is normal. The delete still goes through. And if the file says it is in use, restart once and delete it then. Nothing to install. Run the query again and it comes back empty. Not disabled, gone, because a disabled entry is still sitting in that list, and that is not the same thing as removed. This is the one step today a typed value cannot undo. It comes back only if you reinstall whatever shipped it, and nobody can tell you what that was. And it costs you something. An old lighting or panel control app can lose hardware access until you reinstall it. And if your query came back empty, your machine is clean on this one. And the next thing is on every machine in the room. Now the reason it matters. An update landed this month, and within days, the studio behind one of the games it kills confirmed the crash and published a workaround. Microsoft's page for that same update still says it is not currently aware of any issues. Both of their status pages carry nothing about this nonsense either. That is not a known issue. That is knowing and not caring. Pull that update instead, and your build number changes with it. Delete only the driver, and your build stays exactly where it is, and the crashing stops anyway. That is the same class of junk my debloat video strips out, and that one ends with your whole startup list clean. 6 of those were switches already sitting in your Windows or in a panel you already own. And the last one was deleting garbage that should never have been on the machine. And there is a whole industry charging you money for those same clicks. You get an installer, a scan screen, and a button, and it is slop with a price tag. The button is a half-baked script flipping the same switches by hand, except it flips 40 more that nobody measured. And when your machine turns into a dumpster fire, the refund policy is a support ticket and dead silence. That is the entire product. Things you already own, wearing a price tag. Before we finish, here is every one of them back the way it was, in order. Tick the boot box back on if you genuinely want your cores capped, which you do not. Set the responsiveness value back to 20 or delete it. Take the 2 folders out of the exclusions list. Shader cache size goes back with the panel's own restore defaults button, and not a number you type, because nobody can tell you what your card shipped on. Auto shader compilation goes back off. The overlay goes back on for that game. The driver is the one this card cannot reverse, and I said so at the moment we deleted it. That one returns only by reinstalling whatever software put it there. Everything else is a control you reset in about a minute, so nothing here traps you. And that is your machine off the recycled list. Tell me below which switch somebody swore would hand you frames and where you read it, because I want to see which list is doing the rounds right now and how many of you were told to tick that box.